Picture this. You're walking through a forest covered in frost, and suddenly, you hear a low, primal growl. Not from a bear, not from a wolf, from something long thought lost to history, a predator that hasn't walked this earth in 13,000 years. Sounds like fiction, right? Well, not anymore. The legendary dire wolf is back, or something very close to it. And it's not in a fantasy novel. It's alive, in a high-tech lab in Dallas, Texas. This is a story where Ice Age meets gene editing, where extinction meets resurrection. How did this happen? Who's behind it? Why now? And what does it mean for our future? Stay with us, because this is no longer just a what-if. It's real, and it's happening. What is a dire wolf? Let's start at the beginning. The dire wolf, scientific name Inocyon dirus, wasn't just a larger version of today's wolves. It was a prehistoric powerhouse, about 25% bigger than modern gray wolves, with a heavier build and a bite force strong enough to crush bone. These apex predators roamed North and South America during the Ice Age, preying on giant sloths and bison. They weren't mythical, they were terrifyingly real. And unlike what pop culture might have you believe, they weren't even in the same genus as modern wolves. They split from them over 5 million years ago, which means reviving them isn't as simple as cloning a cousin. Who's bringing it back? So who's behind this seemingly impossible resurrection?
Colossal
Biosciences
develops cutting-edge technology to protect.
Enter Colossal Biosciences. This Dallas-based biotech company is leading the charge in what they call de-extinction. Their goal? Not just to recreate extinct animals, but to reintroduce them into the wild to heal broken ecosystems. They made headlines before with their woolly mammoth revival project. Now, they've stunned the world again, with the birth of 2 genetically modified wolf pups, Romulus, Remus. These aren't ordinary wolves. They're scientifically designed to mirror the dire wolf's physical traits and behavioral instincts. How they did it. So how does one bring a long-extinct predator back to life? Step 1. Researchers collected DNA from fossilized dire wolf remains, some over 70,000 years old. These ancient genes were heavily fragmented, but held valuable clues. Step 2. Scientists cross-referenced the ancient genetic data with the DNA of modern gray wolves, identifying 20 critical gene edits across 14 different genes, each responsible for key traits like bone density, muscle structure, coat thickness, and metabolic function. Step 3. Using CRISPR-Cas9, they edited these genes directly into gray wolf embryos. Step 4. The edited embryos were implanted into surrogate dogs. And after a tense, closely monitored gestation, the pups, Romulus, Remus, were delivered via C-section. Are they really dire wolves? Now, the million-dollar question. Are these pups actually dire wolves? Short answer? Not quite. Because the dire wolf is genetically too distinct from today's canines, scientists can't fully replicate it. Instead, these animals are called functional proxies, organisms designed to mimic the ecological role of an extinct species without being exact genetic replicas. They look like dire wolves. They act like dire wolves. But at the DNA level, there's something new, a modern hybrid engineered for purpose. Ethics and controversies. Here's where things get complicated. While many hail this as a scientific miracle, others see a Pandora's box. Are we creating useful creatures or unpredictable predators? Could these proxies upset modern ecosystems? What happens if they escape? Are we bringing back balance or brewing chaos? And above all, just because we can bring something back, does that mean we should? Ethical debates are raging across the scientific world. Some call it progress. Others call it hubris. Celebrity involvement. It's not just scientists and ethicists paying attention. Celebrities are on board too. NFL icon Tom Brady is a colossal investor and board member. Actor Joe Manganiello, famous for his werewolf role, is also an advisor. So yes, this is real science with a Hollywood twist. What's next? So what's next for these neo-dire wolves? Colossal aims to gradually release these animals into controlled rewilding sites, areas where damaged ecosystems could benefit from apex predators returning. Meanwhile, the company continues work on other extinct species like the dodo and woolly mammoth. They're not just playing with DNA, they're reshaping our future ecosystems. One gene, one embryo, one resurrection at a time. Conclusion. So here's the bottom line. Romulus, Remus are proof that extinction might not be forever. They mark the beginning of a new era, where biology, technology, and ambition collide. But whether we're restoring lost worlds or rewriting the fabric of life itself remains an open question. Will this spark an age of ecological healing or a future full of unforeseen consequences? Tell us what you think. Is this the miracle of modern science, or are we tampering with nature's code? Hit that like button if you found this